Joining me now is one of the attorneys representing the families of George Floyd and Daunte Wright, Antonio Romanucci. We should know we're also going to have live pictures of that viewing taking place for Daunte Wright later on in the hour. Actually, you see the live pictures there as family members and other well-wishers come to pay their final respects. Antonio, a public viewing, as we mentioned, is being held today for Daunte Wright ahead of his funeral tomorrow. The officer who shot Daunte has been charged in his death. How does the Wright family feel about the verdict against Derek Chauvin and what it means for your case?
Well, you can imagine the juxtaposition that the Wright family is feeling right now. I mean, here they watched a verdict which could change American history in terms of police reform, systemic racism, and they're burying their loved one at the same moment. It really is bittersweet. I think the one consolation, or maybe even more than one consolation, is that the Floyd family has stayed so close to them. They've been comforting each other. They've been with each other. They've been holding each other. And that's been a tremendous source of relief and comfort to the Wright family, knowing at how strong the Floyd family, the model people that they have been through this ordeal since May 25th of last year.
I want to share with you and our viewers the statistic that was featured in the New York Times that, quote, there have been only 7 murder convictions of officers for fatal police shootings since 2005. This, according to Philip Stinson of Bowling Green State University. That suggests the chances of a killing by the police leading to a murder conviction are about 1 in 2,000. Does that statistic surprise you, and do you think it will change in the coming years after the Chauvin conviction?
Well, interestingly, I mean, I know of one of those convictions besides the George Floyd one, and that's the Laquan McDonald, where Jason Van Dyke was convicted in Chicago of shooting Laquan. I did not know that it was 1 in 2,000. That is just an absurd number, not because it needs to be higher, but because we know that police have acted inappropriately over years and they've gotten away with a pass because of qualified immunity or because they always claim the reasonableness thing. I think now with George Floyd, we're going to see a difference. We're going to a new bar of accountability, and that's mostly because of what the Minneapolis Police Department did. They testified against one of their own. So they raised the bar for police officers to be held accountable. So I do see change.
Part of that change involves what we heard today from the DOJ. Do you think the DOJ investigation into the Minneapolis Police Department is a step in the right direction, a step forward? Do you think further action is necessary?
Well, what the DOJ is doing, what they're saying, rather, is that police reform in Minneapolis doesn't begin or end with yesterday's conviction, that there's going to be an investigation into other uses of excessive force which have been systemic, which have gone on for a long period of time. What Derek Chauvin did was very likely either a result of his lack of training or training in kneeling in that position, which leads to unnecessary death. So I think this is a tremendous step. It's a tremendous step in leadership in order to look at this, because the investigation itself will bring about positive change.
All right, Antonio Romanucci, thank you so much, sir, for your time. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.